I want to be a team that comes at you, that doesn't get pushed out of games, that competes for every inch of ice, does that in any number of ways. Certainly we have to have a physical component to our game. We've got to be able to defend ourselves, defend each other. We have to be proactive in trying to push the other team out, by playing hard, playing firm. That said, I want to be a team that pursues the puck quickly, that when they get it, they're attacking, that we put the opponent on their heels. And so we want to sign our work with that requisite toughness, I suppose, jam, grit, whatever you want to call it, character. But also do it with, what I think will be a fast transition team, a good attack team, and a team that doesn't allow teams to kind of muscle their way into the game. I always thought that you coach your team one player at a time. And if you can't dedicate the kind of time that they need to get themselves better on an individual basis, then go do something else. Go coach table tennis or whatever. But, the bottom line is that you have to coach your players one at a time, and we'll do that. We are getting to know them better. We'll have a precise development plan for them in every way possible, not just the physiological part on the ice. There's some other components to developing people. And at the end of the day, that's what we'll do here. We'll develop people that just happen to play the game real well. We're going to have to really compete in our practices. We have to, up the ante in terms of our own battle level against each other. We have to pay close attention to our systems play, naturally. Our specialty teams will be of paramount importance to us, because that can be the difference, certainly early in a season, as long as we stay disciplined. And then beyond that, just really pay attention to detail. It's such a cliche, but it's so true, but keep that package of needs small. Don't try to reinvent the wheel in the first month of the season and say, okay, let's do all of this. Let's define what it is we have to do very well early, much coming back to maybe Dan's question a little bit. What do we want to look like? What do we want to be? And really pay attention to that. The process part is true. It's absolutely true. It's essential. There's no question. But for you people, it's a pain in the backside, because what you want to talk about is results. You want to talk about winning and losing. You want to talk about who's doing what. And I get that. But it is about process. And maybe because it's for a coach, it's kind of a nice, cozy way to protect yourself. And I don't agree with that. I am all about process, and it is a player at a time. But we want to win. We want to win. We want to make sure that these kids get a feel for what that really means, and the fortitude that it takes, and how it's got to be so much a part of your fiber and your fabric that you don't let each other down in practice. You don't let each other down in a meeting that involves some good discussion and maybe disagreeing and things like that. We've got to have that. If we're going to be good quick, we have to pursue wins. There's no two ways about that. It will not be at the expense of growing a player. It will not be at the expense of the player not being able to mess up, make a mistake, and ride the pine for the rest of the night. We're going to play people. I will deliver on a consequence. There will be accountability. And that goes for everybody in this organization. We are not here to tweak. I've said that before. We are changing things here. And it's as simple as that. And however long that takes, so be it. But I want to win as soon as possible. No question you got to be good quick. I think we have been already. The only time will tell. Only time will tell. I can't suggest to you 3 weeks from now we're going to be great or good. I'm going to tell you right now, our work habits will be Stanley Cup work habits. Our effort, around the horn will be professional. Our attention to detail will be as good as anybody's in the league. What we have to understand is the patience that's going to be required to watch these kids assimilate all of that and apply those learnings on 82 times, and hopefully it gets us to the playoffs.